Jenny Harper, the CEO of a prestigious hotel chain, had built her empire on the foundation of exceptional customer service. However, over the years, she had grown concerned that the warm, welcoming spirit she envisioned for her hotels might not always be upheld by her employees. She needed to see for herself whether her staff truly embodied the values she had instilled in her company. To conduct this experiment, she decided to visit one of her own hotels undercover, dressed in simple, unassuming clothes. Without designer labels or flashy accessories, she looked like an ordinary traveler, someone the staff wouldn't immediately recognize as their boss. Upon arriving at the hotel, she walked up to the front desk and politely requested a room for the night. The receptionist, a young woman named Claire, glanced at Jenny with hesitation before informing her that only one room was available, the deluxe suite, the most expensive accommodation in the hotel. Jenny, unfazed, agreed to take it without question. However, instead of proceeding with the booking, Claire hesitated. She subtly suggested that the suite might be too expensive for someone like Jenny, hinting that she might be more comfortable at a more affordable establishment. Jenny reassured her that the price wasn't an issue, but the receptionist continued to find ways to deter her, questioning whether she truly understood the level of luxury associated with the suite. As the exchange continued, it became clear that Claire was judging Jenny based on her appearance. The situation escalated when the receptionist asked for proof of funds, something unheard of for other guests. Jenny, maintaining her composure, stepped out to obtain printed bank statements, only to return and have them questioned for authenticity. At this point, the hotel manager stepped in, reinforcing Claire's stance. He subtly echoed the same prejudice assumptions, suggesting that Jenny did not fit the profile of someone who would typically stay in the deluxe suite. He reassured Claire that she had done the right thing by being cautious. Jenny had seen enough. She took a deep breath and revealed her true identity. Jenny Harper, the CEO and owner of the very hotel they were so determined to keep her out of. The color drained from their faces as they realized their mistake. Desperate apologies poured out, but the damage had already been done. Jenny delivered a firm yet measured response. Respect should not be based on outward appearance. Every guest, regardless of how they looked, should be treated with dignity and fairness. Her company's mission was to provide excellent service to all, not just those who fit a certain image of wealth. Without further discussion, she made her decision. Claire and the manager were both dismissed on the spot. Their behavior was not just an embarrassment. It was a direct contradiction of everything her company stood for. As she walked away, Jenny knew that her unannounced visit had served its purpose. She had exposed a flaw within her organization, and she would ensure it was corrected. The next time she walked into one of her hotels, she wanted to be certain that every guest, regardless of their background, would receive the hospitality they deserved. As Jenny left the front desk, the weight of the experience settled in her mind. The employees' attitudes weren't just about rudeness. They reflected a culture of discrimination that had no place in her hotels. If this was happening here, how many other locations had staff members turning guests away simply because they didn't look wealthy enough? She knew that firing the receptionist and manager wasn't enough. The issue ran deeper. It was a mindset problem, and she needed to fix it from the top down. That evening, she called an emergency meeting with the regional management team. Sitting at the head of the conference table, she recounted her experience in detail. The reactions ranged from shock to silent discomfort. Some managers fidgeted nervously, knowing they had likely overlooked similar behavior in their own hotels. Others nodded in understanding, already anticipating the changes she was about to implement. "I built this company to be a place where every guest feels valued," Jenny said, her voice calm but firm. "What I experienced today was the exact opposite of that. Guests were judged, turned away, and humiliated based on nothing but their appearance. That stops now." She announced a full-scale reevaluation of customer service policies. Staff at all levels would undergo mandatory training on inclusivity, bias awareness, and proper guest treatment. Mystery guests will be sent to various locations to assess service quality, ensuring that no one was being treated unfairly. Additionally, she introduced a new policy. Any employee caught discriminating against a guest based on appearance, background, or perceived wealth would face immediate consequences. Over the next few weeks, Jenny personally visited multiple hotels, unannounced and in disguise, to test whether the new policies were being enforced. Slowly but surely, she began to see change. Staff members who had once been dismissive of certain guests now greeted everyone with the same warmth and professionalism. Employees who had taken their position for granted were now reminded that hospitality was about service, not status. Word of Jenny's undercover visit spread across the industry, serving as a powerful lesson in humility and leadership. The message was clear. Respect isn't reserved for the wealthy or well-dressed. It is a fundamental right of every guest who walks through the doors. And as for Jenny, she continued to blend into her own hotels from time to time, ensuring that the standards she had fought for were not just written policies, but living reality in every corner of her empire. Months passed, and Jenny's undercover investigation became the catalyst for a major transformation within the company. The hospitality industry took notice, and her hotels gained a reputation not only for luxury but also for fairness and inclusivity. Guests who had once felt invisible now shared their positive experiences, praising the staff's newfound warmth and professionalism. To ensure lasting change, Jenny launched the Guest First Initiative, a company-wide movement designed to reinforce respect, dignity, and service excellence at every level. Under this program, employees were regularly evaluated, not just on their ability to perform their duties, but on their attitude toward guests. Additionally, Jenny introduced a unique recognition system. Employees who consistently demonstrated outstanding customer service, especially toward guests who didn't fit the traditional VIP image, were rewarded with bonuses, promotions, and special commendations. But Jenny didn't stop there. She implemented anonymous guest audits where trained evaluators would pose as regular customers, assessing each hotel's service without prior warning. These reports helped identify weaknesses and highlight areas for improvement. As a result, staff attitudes shifted. Employees no longer judged guests by their clothes, accents, or perceived wealth. Instead, they focused on providing an exceptional experience for everyone, just as Jenny had always intended. One day, during another unannounced visit, Jenny stood quietly in the hotel lobby, observing. A woman entered, dressed in casual, worn-out clothes, and approached the front desk. She asked about a room. The receptionist, a new hire trained under the Guest First Initiative, smiled warmly. "Welcome to our hotel," she said. "Of course, we have a room available. May I have your name, please?" Jenny watched with quiet satisfaction. No hesitation, no judgment, just genuine hospitality. She knew, at that moment, that her mission had been successful. The lesson had been learned. True luxury isn't about exclusivity. It's about making every guest feel like they belong. And from that day forward, Jenny Harper's hotels became known for something even greater than wealth or status. They became a symbol of respect, kindness, and world-class service for all.